Hi everyone, it's Karen here. Welcome, it's day 16 in our 24 days of tags. And today I'm going to share with you how I create this background with stencils. We're going to put some in gold embossing powder through a stencil on top of a coloured background. The colours that I'm going to be using: Wild Honey for the goldy yellow, Festive Berries for the red, and Evergreen Bough for the green. But you can use any colours you like. Now I am just going to apply these onto my tag, which, as you know, is 6.5 centimetres by 12.5 centimetres. If you are new to my channel, please go and check out some of the other videos because they give you all the dimensions, how I cut them. And this is my 3rd year of doing these tag videos. Usually I finish them before Christmas. This year, maybe not. Never mind, you're here with me, and for that I'm very grateful. So we're just going to apply this ink, the red, the green and the yellow, all over the tag. And I keep these smoothies moving in a circular motion. Just like that. I'm going to bring this yellow back over this red. So we're going to get a blend here. And then we're going to bring the green down at the bottom. I just chose nice, bold, green, bright colours. Oh my goodness. So if any of you have nails, I absolutely think that those ladies who craft with nails deserve a medal. How do you do it? I had these done just before Christmas, and whilst I absolutely adore them, I haven't learned how to craft with them just yet. So here we go, this lovely evergreen bough. So you can see what I did when I put my colours together. I didn't sort of put them in too much of a blocky shape. There you go. It doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to emboss all the way over it. Now look at that. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to blast that with a heat gun to make sure it's completely dry before we put our embossing powder onto it. Otherwise it'll stick in places that we didn't want it to stick. So for this, I'm going to use the Metallic Gold Rich Wow embossing powder. I love it. It's a really deep, rich gold. And before we start, I'm going to take my little chalky pad. It's French chalk inside here, and it will make sure or help reduce the stick. If I've got any oil on my fingers that I've transferred onto the card, that will help remove it. Then I'm going to take my stencil. Now I've chosen this one because there are some lovely gaps in it, but it's not too gappy because this is only a tag. If you were doing a bigger size, then go for your life. But then I'm going to take my embossing pad. Now, I am tapping this. I'm not stabbing it down and squelching it, because if you do that, the ink will bleed through the aperture in the stencil and you'll land up with a blobby mess. Who wants a blobby mess? So it's much better to do this tap, tap, tap. Put it down, plick it up. Making sure that you've covered the whole of the tag. I think that's going to be lovely. And I'm just going to put my gold. You can do the white. White will be just as dramatic. Look at that. I'm just going to give it a flick. I love it. Look at that. And now I'm going to heat it. Look at that beautiful, beautiful colour, texture. And it's so simple. So I'm just going to give it a blast with a heat gun. Now, when you're embossing, you want to make sure that your heat gun is warm before you start. So I'll heat it up, and then you'll see I'll pick it up and I try to heat the back first. That way some of those embossing granules stick to the card, and then I'll come over onto the front. And there you have it. Look at that. I just love watching that embossing powder just melt as it's heated. So now what we can do is we can go around the edges. In a darker colour, you can choose either the red or the green, just to frame it. And then we're going to pick our ribbons. Now I've just gone with exactly the same colours as I've used here. And as in most of my videos, I used about a 30 centimetre size ribbon. That seems to work really well with this proportion tag. So there we have your lovely bright tag. Now if you wanted to put a sentiment on here, then I would mount it with some of those 3D mounting pads. But actually I quite like the simplicity and the boldness of this tag. So I'll be back again tomorrow for day 17. Thanks so much for staying and being with me, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.